Oi, this is the Profanity Gnome, and I'm here to tell you that if you're under 13 years old, fuck off this video! Get the fuck off YouTube! Get your mama to get your dad's cock out of her ears and actually be a parent! This is for adults only! And for everybody else, enjoy the video. Oh, another one down, another one bites the dust. Hey! I'm gonna kill you too. Another one bites the dust. Hey!
Is he done in there yet?
Do you even have to ask?
Well, can you tell him to hurry up? Why are you such in a hurry? What do you actually have plans to do? I'll have you know that I do have some kind of life. Like what? Well, I've been doing a bit of collecting lately. I found this huge bag of really weird pollen that when you touch it, it burns you. Why would you collect that? You never know what you can do with burning snow. That bag looks a little empty. No way, I just filled it up this more. Oh. This is protocol. The episode begins in the Whispering Woods. Now, fun fact about the woods here in this world, apparently they're supposed to be ever-changing, ever-moving, and impossible to navigate. So, why is the Horde being able to drive in and out of it willy-nilly? Where'd the bite of the forest go? It is a little bit of a continuity error at this point. Anyway, the three Horde soldiers that used to hang out with Adora and Catra, but never had any real screen time, are currently driving through the Whispering Woods, unendangered, but then their car breaks down, so now they're stuck until it can get repaired. Meanwhile, in the Crystal Castle, She-Ra's currently training against some robots, and she's proving not only more than a match for them, but they're relatively easy for her to beat. Even Light Hope, her trainer, keeps trying to tell her, you gotta push forward, but She-Ra doesn't even see most of the robots at this time as a threat. What she wants is answers. Answers that Light Hope has but refused to tell. Adora even starts complaining that despite all the training, she doesn't know anything. And she desperately wants to know. And quite frankly, so do we.
Do we really want to know?
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, they keep mentioning Eternia, which means He-Man. I want to know where He-Man will fit into this world.
Said that we don't care about the characters that they do have, but we do care about the characters they don't.
Well, this pollen storm is starting to come down pretty heavy, and we have no idea where it came from, or even if it's natural. She-Ra tries to get herself outside, but Light Hope won't let her. But then things start frizzing out inside of the Crystal Palace. But don't worry, it all turns back on immediately. And it looks like there's something wrong with Light Hope. Yep, this Fritz booted down her systems just enough to give her amnesia. How does a robot gain amnesia? Well, the Horde 3 are currently outside trying to fix their ride, while dealing with this weird pollen that's coming down that I have no idea how it came here. Totally not by accident by me bringing it from somewhere else. But this snow pollen thing has some unique properties. It's made of acid. So just touching it burns the little fuckers. So they immediately run back inside of their steel-tight vehicle, trying to figure out what to do now. Since it's just the three of them, there's no real time to get backup during an acid storm, but they can't go outside to fix the ride because of the acid storm. So essentially, they're stuck there, and they don't know what to do. Then Catra comes in calling, saying, what's the holdup? Where's the first one's technology? They try to explain their situation, but Catra's not hearing any of it. And the faces they make when she tells them to get the lead out of their asses is all the proof we need that Catra's no longer on their nice meter. So I guess we're going to be stuck here for a while. So, you three, do you have names? Well, one of us has to go out there in order to fix the damn buggy, so they all decide to do the ancient, tiring tradition that decides all things at all times. Rock, paper, scissors. And of course they go through this exact same cliche of tying each and every time. Yeah, we're gonna be here a while. Well, cutting back to the Crystal Palace, Adora's dealing with a pretty much amnesia-driven, super powerful AI program, who at least remembers her one purpose is to serve She-Ra. After Adora reveals that she is She-Ra, she is more than happy to help her out. So Adora, stupidly, and I cannot believe I have to point this out, tries to coax Lighthope into revealing everything about her and all the information she has on Eternia, herself, and everything going on, including some weird weapon that Mira had. And do I even need to explain why this is a bad idea? She is trying to coerce a robot with amnesia to talk about her past. Do I need to bridge this logic gap at all?
Well, at least Lighthope is trying her best, as she's relearning her old programs like gravity control. Oh wait, whoa!
Are you stupid robot? Put me down!
Well, after we regain control over gravity,
damn robot,
she begins to learn some of her other abilities, like summoning spiders. Why on earth would she have the power to magically materialize spiders?
Well, then Adora goes full She-Ra and gets completely gang-faked. So back in the armored car, they're still unable to figure out who wins rock, paper, scissors, and so they decide on a new game. A game where the weak white boy tries to make and call shots. At first, this seems like an interesting idea, until he starts ricocheting it around and somehow loses his own game. Wow. They're really laying this one on thick, aren't they? I feel bad for this boy. What's his name again? I don't know. He doesn't show up enough for me to remember his name. But what is something memorable is that the fact that they're stranded in an armored car with acid literally raining down from the sky. They should probably fix their ride and get out of there as soon as possible. Well, She-Ra continues to deal with the spiders, as Lighthope actually remembers exactly how to fix her memory core or whatever. She needs to deliver a crystal to a certain spot. But the spot is on a room outside of where the spiders are coming from. Lighthope tries to help by summoning more spiders.
Well, at least she does something else that's useful, and floats around.
Alan, if we survive this, you are totally downgrading her systems!
I'll get right on that if I'm still conscious!
Well, somehow we survived this, as we just happened to go exactly where we needed to be in order for She-Ra to try to fix Lighthope. But even on her journeys to go to where she needs to go, it seems that the dust pollen storm, which literally came out of nowhere, is getting worse and is starting to affect the Crystal Castle. Now, this clearly isn't a natural occurrence, because if it was, then the Crystal Castle would be a pile of nothing right now. So something's got to be causing this. This can't be just an occurrence on Etheria. But anyway, so they go to the pedestal and Adora is about to put the crystal in, and after confirming with Lighthope that this is the right crystal in the right hole, it's not. Yeah, it kind of shorts out there for a second, and then it goes back on, and Lighthope is once again suffering from even worse amnesia, which causes Adora to start losing it. And for that matter, me too! So we cut back to the armored truck as they're still trying to figure out who's gonna go out there to fix the damn thing. I'm almost tempted to go out there myself and fix it myself. But you don't know anything about technology. Well, then you go out. I don't know anything about technology. Ugh. Well, they're still trying to discuss among themselves of how they're going to do this, as well as giving their inner thoughts about the situation they're in with Catra and Adora. Our little boy character, who I honestly don't know their names, is trying to say, we're a family, we'll stick together no matter what, it'll turn out alright. But then Braided Girl lays it into him straight, they're not a family, they're expendable. Catra's treating them like shit, Adora abandoned them, and they're worthless. And so, our blonde boy decides to grow a pair of steel balls, and decides to go out there himself. They try to stop them, but while they're busy arguing, he's already out. Door closed even.
You know, I'm starting to have a newfound respect for this lad. If he dies, he's more than welcome to join my skeleton crew.
Aw, you would do that?
As a cabin boy.
So we cut back into the Crystal Palace, and Adora seems to finally be at her limit with all the BS that Lighthope has been throwing at her.
And then she reveals that Lighthope is pretty much useless to her in the grand scheme. Lighthope, whose whole purpose is to serve She-Ra, kinda takes offense to this and kinda fucks off. Just as the poison spores are starting to get in. But luckily, Lighthope didn't go too far, as we see a memory of Lighthope's past, of her and Korra talking to each other, and having a nice tender moment with each other. It looked like her and Lighthope were genuinely friends. Adora feels bad about what she was said to Lighthope, and asks if they could be friends. Lighthope agrees, and I guess they grow closer to each other. I guess. I can't tell if this is character development or not.
It kind of is.
It's just that it's been so long since we've seen any kind of character development in She-Ra. Well, the character development is actually on my end this time, as we cut back to the tank, as our little boy Wonder goes out in an acid storm with nothing but a tiny helmet and manages to fix the ride while being berated by acid pollen on all sides. This is truly the like a boss move I've ever seen. His two companions decide they have to rescue his ass because they don't have the biggest balls in the room anymore. So they take the first one's tech and use it as a shield cover in order to get their lone trooper back inside. They manage to do so at the expense of losing the first one's tech, and they seal the doors. With their ride fixed, they're on their way back to the Horde after our little boy managed to do the biggest flex of all She-Ra. There is no questioning it at this point. Our mad lad, whose name I do not know, is the biggest flexer in She-Ra.
Hey, Nux Taku, if you're watching this, maybe you should put this guy on your next flex videos.
So our last time in the Crystal Palace, as Adora puts the crystal in the right slot this time, both figuratively and literally, some glowy stuff happens, and everything seems to be going right back to normal.
Yeah, predating their friendship moment, as it looks like Lighthope seems to have forgotten the whole we're friends now bit, and doesn't tell She-Ra anything about herself, or anything about Eternia. But that doesn't stop Adora from asking, which Lighthope says she'll tell her when the planet is balanced, whatever that means. And they part ways. But afterwards, Lighthope looks like she's going through her old memory banks, watching that one memory again, and then permanently deletes it. Yeah, me thinks that Lighthope isn't the big good guy that we've been led on to believe since season 1.
And that was Protocol, which is an episode that made me believe that She-Ra writers treat all their episodes like they're filler, but have just enough of big moments in them to make them relevant to the series. Character development for those three that were background characters, if it wasn't for the fact that they hung out with Catra and Adora. I did not see that coming.
Of course, the acid pollen storm does seem like it just came out of nowhere. It doesn't seem like a natural occurrence at all.
Yeah, totally. We have no idea where that came from.
Are we not going to address the elephant in the room?
Light Hope had a really nice memory between her and Cora, but then she deleted it through some weird protocol. She is not showing everything that we need to know about her.
You don't think she's evil, do you?
Can a robot be evil?
Yes, they can.
But I guess overall, this episode was mostly feels like filler, with setting things up for Light Hope a little bit later on down the line. So with that being said, we're the Cartoon Gentlemen, the organizers of Chaos's Vintage Kings, and we'll see you all next time.
But we should really bring up the whole idea of that pollen acid storm thing. This doesn't seem natural.
We just let that one go, please.
What are you not telling us?
The time, gotta go.
Back here!